Hi, this is Heather Fiore, and this is my case study, Parental Apathy at John F. Kennedy School. What do I know about this case? I know that Miss Rose is a new assistant principal who recently received her master's degree. One of the last classes that she took during that master's degree was school community relations. She's been working at John F. Kennedy for several months, and during the several months, she's observed the fact that there's very little parental involvement and community involvement. She has brought this to the attention of the principal, and the principal basically felt everything was fine. She offered some suggestions, and he was not in favor of anything like a PTO or PTA. He was okay with a parent advisory board. After a second meeting, he agreed that he would be willing to have this parent advisory board if the parents were willing to be involved, but he would never agree to a PTA or PTO. He sent home an announcement with students to parents to attend the meeting. However, only 8 parents showed up. The principal and Miss Rose discussed this in the back of the auditorium as to whether to go forth with the meeting, and the principal just basically felt that the parents didn't want to be involved. What do I need to know? I need to know a lot about this school. Demographics, for one, would be a good thing to start with. I need to know what type of communication they have available to them to reach out to the community and parents. For instance, do they have social media? Do they have a television channel, a radio station, a social media page? I know, like at our school, we're constantly getting text messages on Remind to keep us updated with school events and whatever's going on in the school. The parents that showed up at the meeting, what is their involvement in the community? What do they do? What is their job? Have they been involved in previous things at the school? And what's the district's stance on parental involvement? Do they feel it's important? Is it not really stressed, and that's why the principal is putting it by the wayside? Or, is there other reasons why the district just doesn't reach out to the parents as a whole or encourage the schools to reach out? What is the problem? The problem is that the principal is against forming basically any kind of parent involvement besides just a parent advisory board. There's very little communication with the community and parents, although the principal did say that he has connections in the community. It wasn't very clear what type of connections and how they benefited the school. Another problem is that the vice principal and principal seem to have different views on the parent involvement. And it also seems like that the principal is very one-sided. He's sticking to what he believes and is not very open to new ideas. Plan of action. I think they need to continue with the meeting. 8 parents is better than none. Those 8 parents could turn into 16 parents, and then from 16 could turn into 32 and just keep growing. Once the word is out, I think that more parents will show up. I think that they need to get the parents to come and get their position in the community so that they can reach more parents, basically. They need to establish a school vision and goals and communicate it to the parents so that the parents understand what they're looking for and what to achieve with the students and how important it is for the parents and community to be a part of this. They can start with those 8 parents forming small group committees to whether it's to get more parents or just to start working on things that are necessary for the school itself to run. They should, during this time or maybe another meeting, schedule the next meeting and then establish meeting dates and times that work for the parents. Look for other ways to reach out to these parents, whether it is through television if they have a channel, like I said before, social media, website. If they have a website, put it up there, put all the dates and times, post some little blurbs about the previous meetings so parents are informed. Maybe provide refreshments that would encourage them to come. Some parents are coming straight from work. They may be hungry, tired, or, just need a little something to encourage them to come. Okay, to resolve this issue, what is best for the students? I feel the principal needs to take a leadership stance, but he needs to be open to new ideas. He needs to share and receive ideas and take those ideas and work together as a group. He needs to plan events to encourage community and parent involvement, whether they do maybe a school carnival or something that's within their budget means. Use the parents as a sounding board, get feedback from them at what they think is working and is not working, as well as let them know what, they expect from their students and from the parents to help in the education of their kids. So basically, overall, they need to they need to create a better communication system and, promote that school vision daily. Don't let it stay by the wayside. It needs to be out there every day, what they want for that school and how do they want to reach those goals within the school and with the parents. Okay, so what was I thinking and feeling? Like I said before, the principal seems very set in his beliefs with no room for new ideas. I kind of went along with the category 1, vision and goals, function 1, where, you need to collaborate and you need to incorporate family and community to reach your vision and goals. Without that, I think you're failing the children and the school itself, because they're not going to have a real life experiences and understand what's in the real world when it comes to, their careers and so forth. Parents and community involvement is key to, success. Another thing I felt was that Miss Rose seems to have a clear understanding of the importance of school community relationships and how they foster learning. And I kind of felt like the principal didn't really appreciate her view. He felt like, leave everything alone. It's good enough the way it is. It's never good enough the way it is. You always have to make changes. You have to always be open-minded and think, outside the box, basically. Some unresolved issues. The communication is limited and poor. Why is the principal so adamant about not having a PTO and PTA? What happened in the past? There had to be something that wasn't good for him not to want either one of them. Basically, the history of parental involvement, what was it? If there wasn't really a PTO, PTA, what was it? What were these small groups? Was it just parents coming for groups, like for clubs? Or was it just individual parent involvement due to maybe, incidents that happened in the school? Another unresolved issue is, are demographics playing any part in this? Is there a lack of communication because of the income levels, education levels of the community? Or is it just a lack of communication because they know no better? There's nothing out there, they don't see it, they don't hear bad things, and it's left alone. So those are some unresolved issues with the case study. So my reflection on Standard 4. You need to create an open communication between school, parents, and community in every parts of the school, whether it's athletics, whether it's academics, whether it's clubs. You need to have the parents there to support your vision and goals, as well as the teachers and students. They need to work as a family together. You need to provide services maybe to the parents to help encourage and support the attendance to the meetings, such as maybe babysitting. Maybe, they don't come because they have little ones at home and they have nobody to watch them. So, have a babysitting service. Translation. Are they Hispanic and can't understand, or Russian and can't understand and they need translation, so that's why they don't come? Be prepared to have translators. Just as well, we have a lot of deaf educated students in our school, and maybe they need a translator for that, for ASL. Set up, like I said, the babysitting services. And anything else that will encourage the parents to come, whether it be food. Everybody loves to come for food, we know that. Or just little incentives, giveaways, maybe book giveaways, little bag giveaways with school things like pencils and pens and stuff in it. Everybody loves a little gift, and it really encourages people to come. So that's my case study. Thank you for listening.